Hello guys, this is Felipe Coelho and welcome to iMusic Academy. Today I'm very excited to be bringing to you the fourth volume of our series on hybrid technique. And in this volume I basically chose for it to be a practical example of everything that we've explained, because in the three first volumes I've showed you pretty much everything that consists the hybrid technique. The sweeping, the alternating rest stroke on all three fingers, and the thumb both alternating, working downwards as a pick. And well, that's pretty much it right there. So what I did is I recorded a solo on the tune After You've Gone, and this solo I've put on my YouTube channel. And this solo I specifically chose to do everything using the hybrid technique. In this solo also you're going to find a bunch of occasions, descending arpeggios, ascending arpeggios, scales, fast lines, all kinds of stuff. So let's get started. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to sometimes use the word protocol to whenever we are using any phrase that is simply using the protocol of the hybrid technique. And what is that protocol? It's basically always the sequence AMI, always, and always doing rest stroke. So if I ever do something that is not rest stroke or that is not within this sequence AMI, I'm gonna tell you, but that's pretty much not gonna happen. So whenever I say protocol, we're talking about this rest stroke on the AMI sequence, and then the sweeping. Every time you move to an adjacent upper string, you're gonna sweep either with the third finger or second or first. Okay, so the solo starts with a phrase on G major on a solo break, and then the G major becomes dominant. So right here in this beginning of the phrase, protocol, what I'm doing, AMI A, rest stroke, and then continuing the sequence AMI AMI. This is a legato right here, the only legato of the phrase. All the rest are plucked right there. And then now here is we have an interesting situation of the hybrid technique is a skip downwards. I'm skipping string from the G note on the B string to the B note on the D string. And on there I'm going to use the thumb as a tool, whereas if I was using a pick, I would have had to do a fast skip here, like that. But this, nothing can beat that. You know, you're using like two separate picks. So that's one of the things about the hybrid technique, is it actually gives you 4 picks on one hand. So that's why it's unbeatable. You just can't get better than that. So here, just a simple arpeggio, thumb 1 and 3, and sweeping down. Or up physically, but I'm saying down in pitch. And then as soon as you sweep to this note, you're already alternating again AMI, starting on M, M-I-A. And then sweep down. And you sweep down to here and you do the sequence AMI-A. This is encapsulating the major third of the G chord. And as soon as I do this, I'm going to enter one of the most difficult and challenging phrases of this solo. This phrase is basically a sequence that's going to start right here on the major third and the dominant fourth, the dominant seventh, which is a fourth up, sharp 4 up. This sequence is better that I explain to you off of the harmony first, just the actual sequence, and I'm going to use just a visual pattern disregarding any harmonic thought at all, just so you can learn the sequence in its physicality. So the phrase is a lick of my own that I've built before using the hybrid technique, and it goes like this. I'm going to use always 2 notes per string here on just a straight column, and this lick consists in doing this, approaching the first note using chromatic, and then responding with a fourth. and then going back that chromatic path, responding with a fourth. That's the sequence. So you got this. Okay? And now as you go up, move. This sequence is always going to move down in fourths. As you move down in fourth, instead of using those three first notes right here, which now would be here, this comes the trick. I'm going to use three notes as a triple sweep. I'm going to sweep with my third finger here, like that. And the last note is chosen as being the leading tone of my next target, which is this. So I'm going to do this. See right there? That's a very convenient phrase for the hybrid technique. And basically now, once we got it, then you take this molecule right here, and then you move it up a fourth, down a fourth by using the triple sweep. Triple sweep again, right there. And it's a good exercise as well, because every time you do this sequence, the sweep is going to fall on a different finger. And this is the kind of exercise that you want to use, is exercises that explore a mathematical array of possibilities. The most possibilities you run into, the best, because you're going to be exercising all fingers for any occasion. So here the sweep falls on the third, and then on the second, then on the first finger. And that's why it's such a good phrase. Now here applying it to, now we're going to move these notes around so as to adapt them to the situation of a G mixolydian or dominant chord. So we got this. Okay, again. Now this phrase is done in sixths, so we got this. But there was one thing though I didn't tell you, is that the way I played this in the video, in this last line here, I choose to do four notes chromatically, so it changes the pattern. So it goes. Okay, and then so. That's the phrase. So towards the end there, I abandon that sequence and I just go for this. Going all the way down to the third of the dominant chord. We got the dominant chord right here. Right? So we got the third. And then you respond by resolving to the C major by going 3, 2, flat 2, 1. So, so far we got. Sorry. That's the beginning. And then that's the next phrase, and this is the only situation in which I abandon the protocol, is when I have a downwards, physically downwards arpeggio, and I have not used the thumb. I should have used the thumb here, maybe. That could have been convenient. But sometimes if I'm already with my fingers on the strings, I just change the sequence and I go I-M-A for downwards or for upwards arpeggio, upwards in music, downwards physically. So I got this. And notice here the sweep there with the third finger. So I'm starting on one finger 1, legato, finger 2 or M, and finger A, then sweeps. And this is all in C major, so you should be looking at 3, 5, 7, 9, 7, 1. When you have 7, 9, 7, 1, it's just an encapsulation, right? And then the arpeggio again, 1, 3, and I did 6, 5. So I got this. In the next phrase, this chord goes minor 6. So the phrase that I do is like this.